In this lecture, we'll deal with the University Grants Commission Act of 1956, which particularly deals with Section 1 to Section 26 of the Act, which make provisions for the coordination and determination of standards in universities, and for that purpose to establish a university grants commission. So in that act, section 2 deals with the very definitions of commission and the executive authority, the fund required for university grant commission, then the members and university. So, as per the provisions under section 2, the act defines commission as the university grant commission established under section 4 of the act, and executive authority in relation to a university means the chief executive authority of the university by whatever name called in which the general administration of the university vested, and as regarding fund, which means under the act the fund of the university grants commission constituted as per the provisions of section 16 of the act, and here member as defined a member of the university grants commission and includes even the chairman of the UGC, and university as defined under section 2 of the act means a university established or incorporated by or under a central act, a provincial act, or a state act, and includes any such institution as may in connection with the university concerned be recognized by the commission in accordance with the regulations made in this behalf under the University Grant Commission Act. And now we'll discuss the provisions under Section 3, which relates to application of the provisions of the Act to institutions for higher education. So the central government may, on the advice of the commission, may declare by notification in the official gazette that any institution for higher education deemed to be a university for the purpose of this act, and on such a declaration being made, all the provisions of this act shall apply to such institution as if it were a university within the definition and meaning of the clause F of section 2, which define what is an university, and while section 4 of the act deals with establishment of the university grant commission as by the central government, and it functions like as a body corporate. So the very establishment of the university grant commission is made by notification in the official gazette. The point, there shall be established a commission by the name of the University Grant Commission by the central government. The said commission shall be a body corporate having any perpetual succession and council, and shall be the said name by which to be sued and sued. And as regarding section 5 of the act, which deals with the very composition, which consists of at least 9 members, so as per the provisions under section 5 of the University Grants Commission Act 1956, the commission shall consist of 9 members to be appointed by the central government. The members shall be chosen as follows: not more than 3 members from among the Vice chancellors of the universities, two members from among the officers of the central government to represent the government, and the remaining member from among persons who are educationists of repute and who have obtained high academic distinctions, provided that not less than one of the total members so chosen shall be from among persons who are not officers of the central government or of any state government. The central government shall nominate a member of the commission not being an officer of the central government or of any state government to be the chairman of the University Grant Commission. Every appointment under this section, that is section 5, shall take effect from the date on which it is notified by the central government in the official gazette. And now we deal the provisions under section 6 regarding the very term and condition of service of the members of the University Grant Commission. Every member shall, unless he becomes disqualified for continuing as such under the rules that may be made under the Act, hold office for a period of 6 years. Besides, and provided that out of the members other than the chairman and the members representing the central government appointed for the first time under this section, as nearly as possible one half of the members shall retire as soon as may be on the expiration of the third year in accordance with such procedure as may be prescribed, and the vacancies so cast shall be filled by fresh appointment. Further, a member may resign his office by writing under his hand address to the central government, but he shall continue in office until his resignation is accepted by the central government. Further, a casual vacancy created by the resignation of a member under subsection 2 of this section or of any other region shall be filled by fresh appointment, and a member so appointed shall hold office for the remaining period for which the member in whose place he is appointed would have held office. The office of the chairman shall be a whole time and salary one, and subject thereto the terms and conditions of service of the chairman and other members shall be such as may be prescribed. And now we would like to discuss the very functions of the commission as provided under section 12, and in particularly regarding inquiry into the financial needs of the colleges, universities, and allocate and disburse funds to such institutions, then recommendations for improvement and advise central government, state government, or any other authority, and collect informations and reforms, perform such other functions so as per the provisions of section 12 of this act. The University Grant Commission performs certain important functions. So, among these functions, it shall be general duty of the Commission to take in consultation with the universities or other bodies concerned all such steps as it may think fit for the promotion and coordination of university education and for the determination and maintenance of standards of teaching, examination, and research in universities, and for the purpose of performing its functions as per the provisions of under this act. The Commission may inquiry into the financial needs of universities allocate and disburse out of the fund of the commission grants to universities established or incorporated by or under a central act for the maintenance and development of such universities or for any other general or specified purpose. So also, it would allocate and disburse out of the fund of the commission such grants to other universities as it may deem necessary for the development of such universities or for any other general or specific purpose, provided that in making any grant to any such university, the Commission shall give due consideration to the development of the university concerned, its financial needs, the standard attained by it, and the national purposes which it may serve. Further recommend to any university the measures necessary for the improvement of university education and advise the university upon the action to be taken for the purpose of implementing such recommendations. It would also advise the central government or any state government on the allocation of any grants to universities for any general or specified purpose out of the consolidated fund of India or the consolidated fund of the state as the case may be. It would also further advise any authority if such advice is asked for on the establishment of a new university or on proposals connected with the expansion of the activities of any university. It would advise the central government or any state government or university on any question which may be referred to the commission by the central government or the state government or the university as the case may be. Further, it will collect information on all such matters relating to university education in India and other countries as it thinks fit and make this available to any university. Further, it requires university to furnish it with such information as may be needed relating to the financial position of the university or the studies in various branches of learning undertaken in that university, together with all the rules and regulations relating to the standards of teaching and examination in that university respecting each of such branches of learning, perform such other functions as may be prescribed or as may be deemed necessary by the Commission for advancing the cause of higher education in India or as may be incidental or conducive to the discharge of the above functions. And now we will discuss another important aspect of the University Grant Commission Act of 1956, and that is provided under Section 13 of the Act regarding inspection and inspection in relating to financial need. Then the standards of teaching, examination, and research, then communication of date of inspection, results of such inspection, and the need for implementation of the recommendations of the University Grant Commission. So, as per the provisions of Section 13, for the very purpose of ascertaining the financial needs of a university or its standards of teaching, examination, and research, the Commission may, after consultation with the university, cause an inspection of any department or departments thereof to be made in such manner as may be prescribed and by such person or persons as it may direct. The Commission shall communicate to the university the very date on which any inspection under subsection 1 of section 13 is to be made, and the university shall be entitled to be associated with the inspection in such manner as may be prescribed. The Commission shall communicate to the University its views in regard to the results of any such inspection and may, after ascertaining the opinion of the University, recommend to the University the action to be taken as a result of such inspection. All communication to a university under this section 13 shall be made to the executive authority thereof, and the executive authority of the university shall report to the commission the action, if any, which is proposed to be taken for the purpose of implementing any such recommendations as is referred under subsection 3 of section 13 of the Act. And now we would like to discuss section 14, what exactly it provides that failure to comply and the very consequences regarding in particularly withholding the grants given by the University Grant Commission. So section 14 of the Act provides consequences of failure of universities to comply with recommendations of the Commission. So if any university fails within a reasonable time to comply with any recommendation made by the Commission as per the provisions under Section 12 or Section 13 of the Act, the Commission, after taking into consideration the cause, if any, shown by the university for its failure to comply with such recommendations, may withhold from the university the grants proposed to be made out of the fund of the Commission. And now we would like to discuss regarding the fund of the Commission as it is provided under Section 16 of the University Grant Commission Act. So the Commission shall have its own fund and all sums which may from time to time be paid to it by the central government, and all the receipts of the Commission, including any sum which any state government or any other authority or person may hand over to the Commission, shall be carried to the fund, and all payments by the Commission shall be made therefrom. All monies belonging to the fund shall be deposited in such bank or invested in such manner as may, subject to the approval of the central government, be decided by the Commission. The Commission may spend such sum as it thinks fit for performing its functions under this Act, and such sum shall be treated as expenditure payable out of the fund of the Commission. Now we discuss regarding account and audit of all the financial activities as provided under Section 19 of the Act, and in particularly Section 19 of the University Grants Commission Act 1956 provides that the Commission shall cause to be maintained such books of account and other books in relation to its accounts in such form and in such manner as may, in consultation with the Comptroller and Auditor General of India, be prescribed. The Commission shall, as soon as may be after closing its annual accounts, prepare a statement of accounts in such form and forward the same to the Comptroller and Auditor General by such date as the central government may, in consultation with the Comptroller and Auditor General of India, determines the accounts of the Commission shall be audited by the Comptroller and Auditor General at such times and in such manner as he thinks fit. The annual accounts of the Commission, together with the audit report thereon shall be forwarded to the central government, and the government shall cause the same to be laid before both houses of Indian Parliament, and shall also forward a copy of the audit report to the Commission for taking suitable action on the matters arising out of the audit report. And now we'll go to section 22 of the Act, which relates to right to conforming degrees. So, the very section provides that the right of conforming or granting degrees shall be exercised only by a university established or incorporated by or under a central act, a provincial act, or a state act, or an institution deemed to be a university under provisions of section 3, or an institution specially empowered by an act of parliament to confer or grant degrees. So also it provided in subsection 1 as that no person or authority shall confer or grant or hold himself or itself out as entitled to confer or grant any degree. And as per subsection 3 of section 22, for the very purpose of this section, degree means any such degree as may, with the previous approval of the central government, be specified in this way by the Commission by notification in the official Gazette. And now we'll discuss about the provisions under section 23, which deals with prohibition on use of the very word university. So, no institution, whether a corporate body or not, other than a university established or incorporated by or under a central act, a provincial act, or a state act, shall be entitled to have the word university associated with its name in any manner whatsoever, provided that nothing in this section shall for a period of 2 years from the commencement of this act apply to an institution which immediately before such commencement had the word university associated with its name. And now we'll discuss the penalties as provided under section 24 in contravention of the provisions of section 22 and 23 as provided under section 24. Whoever contravenes the provisions of section 22 and section 23 shall be punishable with fine which may extend to 1,000 rupees. And if the person contravening is an association or other body of individuals, every member of such association or other body who knowingly or willfully authorizes or permits the contravention shall be punishable with fine which may extend to 1,000 rupees. And now we will go to section 25 of the Act, which provides to make rules, and that power to make rules as provided under section 25, the central government may by notification in the official gazette make rules to carry out the very purpose of this act. In particular, and without prejudice to the generality of the foregoing power, such rules may provide for all or any of the matters under mentioned, such as the procedure for retirement under section 6, the disqualification for continuing as a member of the Commission, the terms and conditions of service of members of the Commission, the terms and conditions of service of employees appointed by the Commission, The additional functions which may be performed by the Commission as provided under Clause J of Section 12, which provides the returns and information which are to be furnished by universities in respect of their financial position or standards of teaching and examination mentioned therein. The inspection of universities, the very form and manner in which the budget and reports are to be prepared by the Commission, the manner in which the accounts of the Commission are to be maintained, the form and manner in which returns or other information are to be furnished by the Commission to the central government, any other matter which has to be or may be prescribed. All rules made under this section, that is Section 25 of the Act, shall as soon as possible after they are made be laid before both houses of Indian Parliament. And now will discuss regarding the power to make regulations as provided under Section 26. So the University Grant Commission make regulation consistent with this act and the rules made thereunder, regulating the meetings of the Commission and the procedure for conduction business there, at regulating the manner in which and the very purpose for which persons may be associated with the Commission under Section 9, specifying the very terms and conditions of service of the employees appointed by the Commission, specifying the institution or class of institutions which may be recognized by the Commission under Clause F of Section 2, defining the qualifications that should ordinarily be required of any person to be appointed to the teaching staff of the university, having regard to the very branch of education in which he is expected to give instruction, defining the minimum standards of instruction for the grant of any degree by any university, regulating the maintenance of standards and the coordination of work or facilities in universities. Further, no regulation shall be made under Clause A or Clause B or Clause C or Clause D of subsection 1 of Section 26, except with the previous approval of the central government. So now we will discuss some important rules made by the central government, in particularly the rules of 1960, 1961, 1974, then 2009 and 2015. And besides that, certain regulations made by the University Grant Commission in 1991, 1997, 2009, 2010, 2017 and 2018. So in particularly in 1960, the rules made regarding inspection of universities, the 61 rules also pertaining to University Grant Commission inspection of universities. And further in the year, that is in 1985, the establishment and maintenance of institutions regulations, the University Grant Commissions, qualifications required of a person to be appointed to the teaching staff of the university and institutions affiliated to it, Regulation 1991. So also in 1997, the regulation relating to regulation of admission and fees in private and unaided professional institutions, and the regulation of 2000 is regarding minimum qualifications required for the appointment and career advancement of teachers in universities and institutions affiliated to the University Grant Commission. The regulation of 2003, which relates to admission to specified professional programs, interim, it is a kind of interim regulation. Then in 2004, the University Grant Commission made the rules relating to returns of information by University Grant Commission rules. Then in 2004 also, University Grant Commission inspection of universities rules were framed, and in 2009 University Grant Commission affiliation of colleges by universities regulation was framed. In the same year, in 2009, the University Grant Commission regulation on curbing the menace of ragging in higher educational institution was made, and in the same year also in 2009 University Grant Commission made another rule, and that is relating to inspection of universities. So in 2010 University Grant Commission institutions deemed to be universities regulation was framed, and in 2015 University Grant Commission harnessing of information by universities rules were framed, and in 2017 the regulations relating to open and distance learning was framed, and in 2018 the regulations made regarding categorization of universities only for the grant of graded autonomy, and in the same year also University Grants Commission made another regulation conferment of autonomous status upon colleges and measures for maintenance of standards in autonomous colleges regulation of 2018, and further in the year 2018 University Grant Commission made regulations regarding online courses or programs, and in the same year in 2018 University Grant Commission made another important regulation regarding promotion of academic integrity and prevention of plagiarism in higher educational institutions regulation of 2018. So hereby we have completed our lecture on the very important piece of legislation enacted by the Parliament of India, that is University Grant Commission Act of 1956 to regulate higher education imparted by universities, colleges, and other institutions deemed to be universities and autonomous colleges. And in regards to that, we discuss about the very establishment, composition, terms and conditions of the service of members, the very functions of the University Grant Commission and the inspection, and the failure to comply the rules and the orders issued by the University Grant Commission, and those regarding the accounts and audits of the very funds of the commission, and right to confirm degrees, then in particularly the penalties as provided under section 24 in contravention of the provisions of section 22 and 23, and also the power to make rules and the power to make regulations as provided under section 25 and section 26 of the University Grant Commission Act 1956, and further we have discussed some important rules framed in the years 1960 to 2015 and those important regulations made from 1991 to 2018.